Greetings to the world from the Berry Strip Smallholding Homestead, Cornwall, UK. Today is a very significant day. It was 12 months ago today that we took on the Berry Strip. Here I am at the bottom pastures walking up. So when we came here 12 months ago, saw the land, it was 2 acres. And I must admit, we were here and I looked at the road and I kind of put myself thinking, oh, we're a bit close to the road, aren't we? The grass on the inside was just as long, if not longer, than the grass outside. So what had happened, very kindly the South Farm had cut the grass and baled it and took it away. Then we were able to actually see how much space we actually had and kind of went from there. So then I kind of thought my original kind of idea was to maybe have a couple of chicken, a couple of ducks, a couple of geese, and maybe a couple of pygmy goats, as you do. So basically 2 weeks afterwards of being here, we got the little white caravan and the chickens and the ducks all on the same day. So when we started, about the area that goes back here, that goes back a bit further, was where we originally had the caravan. And then we had the chickens and the ducks situated roughly where they are now. And if you've seen my videos before, you'll know what I'm referring to. So we had the caravan situated about across from here. All well and good, we thought. And then we had the chicken. So we don't know how old the older chicken are. We know that when we had the ducks last year, they were a year old. So that means the ducks must be like 2 years old. And we don't know how old Tempest is, the end that had the chicks originally. So they're last year's chicks. They're a year old, so the ducks are 2 years old, but we don't know how old the older chicken are in total. So, and then time went on. About a month later, we were able to have a couple of ponies. I went and viewed quite a few ponies, coming back to the same two, which was a cream coloured boy and what we would call a chocolate looking girl. So this is me going past where the runs are. So we had the ponies. So the ponies originally set up to be down here. So one day the North Farm with a truck had moved the caravan from down here up to the top where it is now, which I'll show you in a bit. Okay, with a side-by-side and fixed up originally the electric fencing. I don't know if you heard me say in a different video, I'd re-set up the fencing. They'd done it originally. And also went off with the cattle lorry and brought back our ponies, which we call Orang and Chocolate. So going up past, and then there was a gentleman that had peacocks that had babies, and we had some peacocks, so we had a peacock run purposely made for the peacocks. Then after a while, Tempest and the kids needed a run made as an emergency because they were in something small that literally fell to pieces, and they'd had their run made. And then just before having the ponies, we had what we call the Pony Dome. That's why it's called the Pony Dome. We had it just for that, but as you know, the ponies have their own little black shelter, a movable shelter rather than a static one. So basically that's just storing everything in, and if you've got livestock of your own, you know you accumulate lots of stuff to store. And also with the fruit, veg and flowers. Going along, you can see that my oldest daughter has worked very hard in the hot weather, and she's been managed to salvage most of her topsoil and has moved that on to what she's doing. Now we are on the top section, and you can see the dog through the gates, and as I walk up, and this goes up to where the fruit, veg and flowers are, where my oldest daughter has worked very hard, and her siblings, my other children, have worked in helping her. And as I go along here, and then if you've been watching our other videos, and I would encourage you, if this is the first time you're watching us, that you are invited to watch all the other videos that we've done, and then you'll be kind of up to date to what I'm talking about. So this is the risen garden bed. There's lettuce in there, there's onions in there, I believe there's carrots in there, if my eyes are not deceiving me. And then goes up, and then goes up to here, and this is the areas where we have the ponies. This is one of the sections. This is where we went the second time, and then it didn't actually go in order. It went, this is the second time, then it goes up to where they went the first time, and it is to where they are now. And as I walk up, you get an idea. This is what the Berry Strip small holding homestead, Cornwall, UK, looks like from the roadside. So this is us, the Berry Strip small holding homestead, Cornwall, UK. I repeat, I say Cornwall, UK, so you know where in the world we are, because obviously this is available to the whole world. And thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for subscribing. Please do like, share and subscribe, and tap on that notification bell to get notifications of everything that we as a family here at the Berry Strip small holding homestead, Cornwall, UK are doing. And as I come up, we are now where meringue and chocolate are, inside their electric fencing, real electric fencing. Hence there should be a yellow sign the other side of that post warning people of electric fencing. It's connected to an actual car battery. This is their shelter, which they know is their shelter. We move it to the different part of grazing parts they've got. There they've got their shelter, they've got their water in, and their little yellow containers is garlic lick. I know I keep mentioning that, but it's very important for the moment because there are flies around. So that's the sign warning people about electric fencing. It's real electric fencing, as I keep saying. Not quite sure how long the ponies will be here. There's a bit of grass which they haven't eaten. I think they've got a little bit fussy. If you had sheep in there, the whole lot be down to millimetres, but a little bit fussy. And then of course we've got the fruit trees, and this, if anybody hasn't seen any of our videos, this is the little white caravan I was talking about that got so kindly got moved by the North Farm. And then that wasn't quite big enough to accommodate everything. So basically the end of last year, just before the very rough weather came in, because the little caravan couldn't, he spoke to the gas man and said the gas couldn't be redone because it's an old unit and have to be the same parts for it. And then we had the Holder caravan, which runs on gas bottles, which the oven works and things like that, and then we've got a generator at the back that will work the lights and the sockets and different things, and then we've got another heater that works on canisters. And then the latest instalment, which most of you that follow us, and thank you for doing so, is the dog kennels. There is actually 2 kennels, one bigger than the other in case we need to separate the dogs for any reason, and the dog run, which I will repeat, the dogs are not left in all the time. They're put there if they're for training or for putting dogs in if we're doing any formal work, if we're doing if we've got any tractors or anything big vehicles on site. Obviously to put the dogs in and for them to be safe. And this is the big caravan that we've had since the end of last year, which kind of does its job. And thank you to the West Farm for helping us to straighten it up a bit. It's not totally straight, but it's a bit straighter. It does kind of wobble a little bit when it's really windy. Kind of gives us a little bit more space than just the small one. And gone from there, and there's a bit of land actually behind, which could be used for something in the future. At the back of the caravan is the generator. In fact, you probably can't even see the generator there. Yep, there is a generator that's kind of there. Actually, I can't even see it. While I'm looking in that area there, there's a generator that generates electricity. The lights and the sockets, and obviously if you've got the sockets you can plug in anything. You can charge things like mobile phones and things like that. This is an experiment with the bamboo fencing, though I think my daughter is slowly taking parts of it apart to actually stake things. And then I'll just go up. You probably realise that the bottom gate does say 5 miles an hour, just asking people to be sensible as they drive around us. So this is what the Berry Strip Small Holding Homestead Cornwall UK looks from up the road. Sometimes this in front of it is sometimes cut down. There used to be a sign this end saying 5 miles an hour. There should actually be a sign that says caution, free range to children and animals, please drive slowly. I think that's kind of been buried right down the bottom of the fence, so I probably have to rethink about what we're doing in relation to that. This is the Berry Strip Small Holding Homestead Cornwall UK, 1 year on today. This is a very significant day. This is kind of lunchtime, and this is summer, and it actually looks and feels like summer. Thank goodness. And I mean, obviously that has its challenges. You've got to be mindful of your livestock, they're not overheated. I've got to be mindful that the dog doesn't get too hot, and we've got plenty of water, and everybody's got plenty of water. And you probably noticed the water system didn't actually look that full, so no, it isn't. So gonna have to be mindful of that. I think we got I don't presume the rest of the summer will be like this. My children never really understood when I said in 1976 I had to have my birthday party indoors until 2018, when things are too hot, that they said it's too hot, we need to be indoors. We generally don't have that hotter summers. We might get a hot few days where one day it's too hot and the other day it's too cold and indifferent, and I constantly joke about 4 seasons in one day. So this is what everything looks like. This is the view from the other side of the fence. This is a view of what we as a family have achieved in the last 12 months. I am very proud of my family, particularly our 5 children and my wife. I plodded along and done what I'm told. Sometimes and disappear in a corner, but I am very proud of what we've achieved. I'm very proud that we've been here working the land for the last 12 months, and it has meant everything to us. I will argue that the Duchy of Cornwall is the most beautiful place in the world. I have seen a good chunk of the world. It is beautiful, and I'm happy to be able to have shared this video with you. That's Meringue, our male pony, Shetland ponies. In case you've never seen him, this is Chocolate, our female Shetland pony. She's quite a lot smaller than him, in case you can't see it. Track blenders go down, and this is the view down the road. So as people come down, and that is, see that view? That view is absolutely amazing, isn't it, people? Absolutely priceless. Absolute beautiful view. See all the different fields and all the different shades. And just absolutely wonderful and beautiful and full of life. And there was the dog walking down at the same time, but I don't think you'll be able to see her. Just be there and just see her walking down. She's just had a lunchtime treat, so she's quite happy. This is the Berry Strip Small Holding Homestead, Cornwall, UK. I am Jason. Thank you for having me.